Right now, as you're watching this, something in your home is quietly failing. A pipe, a beam, a wire. And when it finally breaks, you're not looking at a $200 repair. You're looking at $10,000, $20,000, sometimes more. I'm going to show you 7 tools that every homeowner in America needs. Most of them cost less than a dinner out, and every single one of them has already saved people from repairs that would have wrecked their finances. Let's go. Tool number 1. The thermal leak detector. This thing looks like a little gun, costs between $35 and $80, and it might be the single smartest purchase you ever make for your home. Here's how it works. You point it at any wall, any window, any electrical outlet. It reads the surface temperature in real time, and if that temperature suddenly drops, you've found a heat leak. You are literally heating the outside air right now, and your energy bill is paying for it. The average American homeowner loses $430 every single year just from hidden air leaks they never knew existed. But here's where it gets really expensive. Because where you have cold spots, you also have condensation. And where you have condensation building up inside your walls over months and years, you have mold. And mold remediation is not cheap. We're talking $3,000 to $7,000 minimum, depending on how far it's spread. A professional energy audit, where a specialist comes out with this exact same kind of equipment, costs between $200 and $400 just for the visit. You buy this tool for $40, you do it yourself, twice a year, every fall and every spring. Scan every outlet, every window frame, every exterior wall corner. Mark the cold spots. Seal them with weather stripping or caulk. Check again. Done. You just saved yourself the audit fee, the mold repair, and $400 a year on heating. Tool number 2, the water leak detector. I want you to hear this number, 14,000. That is how many water damage insurance claims are filed in the United States every single day. Every single day. And the average payout on those claims is $11,000. Now here is what makes absolutely no sense. You can prevent the vast majority of those situations with a $20 sensor that you place on the floor. That's it. You put one under the kitchen sink, one under the bathroom sink, one next to the washing machine, one beside the water heater. The moment there are even a few drops of water on the floor, it screams at you. You walk over, you find a loose hose connection, you tighten it or replace it for $5, and that's the end of it. Without that sensor, that same slow drip runs for 2 weeks while you're at work. It soaks into the subfloor, it gets into the drywall. By the time you notice a soft spot or a water stain on the ceiling below, you are already looking at a gut renovation. A plumber on emergency call costs between $150 and $300 just to show up. The water damage repair itself, floors, drywall, mold treatment, easily $5,000 to $15,000. The sensor costs $20. There is no argument here. Buy 5 of them this week. Tool number 3, the drain snake, also called an auger. The average American household calls a plumber for a drain clog 2.4 times a year. At an average of $200 per visit, that is almost $500 a year just on drain calls. But the real danger is not the inconvenience of a slow drain. The real danger is what happens when you ignore it too long. A serious clog creates back pressure in your pipes. That pressure pushes water backward, up through seals, sometimes through the wall connection points. I have seen a $40 clog, one that a drain snake would have fixed in 10 minutes, turn into a $4,000 floor and drywall repair because the homeowner waited a week. A hand drain snake, 25 feet long, costs between $25 and $60. It handles 95% of household clogs. You insert it into the drain, turn it clockwise as you push it in, feel the resistance when you hit the clog, work through it, pull it back out. Run hot water for 2 minutes. Done. No plumber, no wait, no bill. And critically, no water damage from the back pressure that a bad clog eventually creates. Tool number 4, the stud finder and voltage detector combo. Before I tell you the price, let me tell you what happens without it. Every year in the United States, homeowners accidentally drill into live electrical wires. Some of them trip a breaker and get a repair bill. Some of them start a fire. 51,000 homes in America catch fire every year due to electrical issues, and accidental drilling and DIY mistakes are a real and documented contributor to that number. Beyond fire, hitting a water pipe inside a wall turns a 10-minute job into a flooded room and a $1,500 to $4,000 repair. This combo tool, stud finder on one end, non-contact voltage detector on the other, costs $20 to $45. Before you drill anything, anywhere, ever, you run the voltage detector along the entire line you plan to drill. If it beeps, you move. Then you use the stud finder to locate the framing so your shelf, your TV mount, your towel bar actually holds the way it's supposed to. 2 minutes of checking saves you from a potentially catastrophic mistake. This is not optional. This is basic homeowner responsibility. Tool number 5. The roof inspection camera. The roof is the single most expensive repair a homeowner faces. Average full replacement in the United States, $12,000. High-end, $25,000. And here is the brutal truth about roofs. 80% of roof failures start as something tiny. A cracked piece of flashing around a vent pipe, one loose shingle at the edge, a clogged gutter pulling moisture back up under the drip edge. These things are visible 2, sometimes 3 years before they cause an actual interior leak. But nobody looks, because getting up on the roof is dangerous, and most people don't own a ladder tall enough anyway. A flexible inspection camera on a telescoping pole lets you stay on the ground. You extend it up past the gutter line, you connect it to your phone via the app, and you see everything. Every gutter, every edge, every vent boot, every valley where 2 roof planes meet takes 20 minutes once a year. A small patch repair caught early costs $200 to $500. The same problem found 2 years later, after water has been getting in and rotting the decking underneath. That's your $12,000 roof replacement. The camera costs $30 to $80. Tool number 6, the moisture meter. Wood rots silently. You cannot see it from the surface on day 1. You cannot smell it until it is already advanced. By the time you notice a soft spot in your floor or a door that suddenly doesn't close right, the structural beam underneath may already be significantly compromised. I have spoken with contractors who opened up a wall during what was supposed to be a simple bathroom renovation and found that the entire floor structure had been wet for years. The repair in those cases runs $5,000 to $15,000. It destroys renovation budgets and timelines. A moisture meter has 2 small metal probes that you press into wood. Healthy structural wood reads below 19% moisture content. Anything from 20 to 28% means you have elevated moisture and need to find the source. Above 28%, you have active rot beginning. Catch it at 22%. It's a $150 fix and a dehumidifier in the basement. Catch it at 38%. It's a structural repair. Check your basement beams twice a year. Check the wood around every window and door frame. Check the subfloor near toilets and showers. The meter costs $25 to $60. The peace of mind is worth 10 times that. Tool number 7, the carbon monoxide and gas detector combo. This one is different from every other tool on this list, and I want to be completely straight with you about why. This is not primarily about money. Carbon monoxide is colorless. It has no smell. You cannot detect it with any human sense. It builds up slowly, and by the time symptoms start, headache, confusion, fatigue, your judgment is already impaired. You may not recognize what's happening. 400 Americans die in their homes from carbon monoxide poisoning every single year. 150,000 end up in emergency rooms. Every single one of those homes had a furnace, or a gas stove, or a gas water heater, exactly like yours. A combination carbon monoxide and natural gas detector costs $30 to $70. You need one on every level of your home, and specifically near every sleeping area and near your furnace or boiler. Test the alarm button once a month. Replace the unit every 5 to 7 years. The sensor degrades over time and stops being reliable, even if the device still powers on. If it ever goes off in your home, you do not investigate. You get every person and every pet out of the house immediately. You leave the door open as you go and you call 911 from outside. That is the protocol. Every time, no exceptions. Those are your 7 tools: a thermal leak detector, a water leak sensor, a drain snake, a stud finder with voltage detector, a roof inspection camera,